Hey everyone, Alex from Bits and Pieces here. Welcome back. I took a year off, but you probably saw that video. If not, long story short, took a year off from making videos. Kind of felt good not having to worry about do I have to put out a video? Do I? Yeah. Anyways, just happy to be making videos. So, as you can see in front of you, we have all the NBA teams. I believe there are 30. I'm going to count them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. You got all 30 teams. Now, the way I'm going to rank them is either by logo or by um or by the arena they play in. All right. So, in essence, it should be quite interesting. So, of course, the NBA was founded in the 40s. The team that has the most titles are the Celtics, and that's all I'm going to say right now. It's pretty good. I'm just going to say this. Speaking of which, the day I recorded this video, the Celtics actually won their game. So, all right. So I'm just gonna. I actually have a two-screen setup. I would show it, but of course I'm recording and I don't want to show off any secrets yet. Okay, here we go. We're starting in the Eastern Conference, the Atlantic Conference, or the Atlantic Division. So let's talk about everything. We have the. I'm gonna take a while based off of their, well, not their logo, but I will talk about where they play. All right. Anyways, um, the first team we have on our list is the Philadelphia 76ers. They were founded in 1946, but they joined in 1949. Let me see the little. An asterisk denotes a franchise move. All right. Do apologize if there's any background noise. The 76ers play at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. So, Wells Fargo Center, I'm going to take a look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to judge this based on how much I like their arenas. I already like the exterior. The Grand Central or the Wells Fargo Center, um, looks good, honestly. I mean, even when the old Sixers logo, which they should totally bring back, I actually like the interior of it, even when it was called the Wachovia Center. Ooh, this is pretty cool. Oh, all right, so 76ers, you get an A for me. Next up are the Washington Wizards. By the way, the 76ers are in the Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference. The Southeast Conference, you got the Capital One Arena, and I can already sense that this is a really good arena. Ooh, I'm looking at it from the outside. Now, by the way, I'm getting all my photos from Wikipedia. Pretty simple. So I'm going to start, by the way, quick side note, I am going to start talking about my upload schedule in the description. I'm just going to pop it there. And remember, all times are Pacific, which I will put. All right. I can probably put a time converter so that you could see when it's up in your country. So there. But yeah, I actually like the way it looks on the exterior. And I mean, it doesn't look too, it looks more like an office building. And oh boy. And I'm now looking at the um arena during a Capitals game, but it looks really really good. I'm gonna give the Wizards an S tier because it just looks good. I need to see it. Oh, found an inch. I'll keep for later. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna say this. Um, looking at the Wizards, it looks really good. All right. Anyways, let me spin that. Next up are the Atlanta Hawks, also the Southeast Division, State Farm Arena. and I'm already liking this. And I want to see if there's anything with. Yeah, it actually looks a little bit better, but I'm gonna give it an A because the interior may be nice, but the exterior kind of leaves more to the imagination. Kind of like I would love to, something I would like to see more of. Cleveland Cavaliers, Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. I'm gonna give them a A tier. I don't have to see it. I saw a little bit of the game the night I recorded this. The Cleveland Cavaliers of the Central Division. Now, the Detroit Pistons had to make sure my microphone was still on. The Detroit Pistons, Little Caesars Arena. I'm gonna give it a D. Okay, not D for Detroit, but D because it just looks terrible. I'm sorry, but wait, actually, let me take another look at that. It looks kind of interesting on the outside. And you know, Ford Field in Comerica Park. Where the hell is Comerica Park? I can't. Anyways, I honestly think that Little Caesars Arena. You know what? I actually was premature in that. I do apologize. I'm giving it a B tier because you know the press box looks good, but some of the sight lines might seem a little bit steep, especially for some people. And I do apologize. I like to put my mic next to my mouth. All right, next up are the Indiana Pacers of the Central Division, the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. I'm gonna give it a C because it kind of reminds me of the of Lucas Oil Stadium. Oh, sorry about that. Huh, flipped. All right. Wow. I'm just looking at the. Kind of looks interesting to say the least. So I'm gonna give. Yeah, I'm sticking with the C. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Some of the sightlines might not be some of the best, but hey, if you're a Pacers fan and you're watching this, I do apologize. I just hope the team does well. Let me see. I wonder how the teams are doing. Trying to find it. There they are. Let's see how they're currently doing. Currently, they're not doing too bad. They're doing well. They're in a stable playoff spot. That's for sure. All right. Next up are the Milwaukee Bucks and the Pfizer Forum. I like the exterior of the Forum, but it kind of does feel like a French one. The first um name that comes to mind is the Zenith complex, I believe, of the Zenith complex. Ooh, it looks pretty on the inside, and I like the natural lighting. And it's like I am a little bit biased to teams that allow natural lighting into the seating bowl. I mean, I tip my cap to y'all. You know what I mean? Just yeah. So there's that. Okay, next up, the Toronto Raptors of the Atlantic Division. I'm already giving them an S tier because I've seen it. I saw it a lot during the 2019 NBA Finals, which is their biggest win. And yeah, so far we've had a lot of teams from the East. The remaining ones are the New York Knicks, the Charlotte Hornets, I believe. Yes. The Miami Heat, the Chicago Bulls, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Boston Celtics, and the Orlando Magic. All right. Our first division, Western Conference, our Pacific Division, or Southwest Division, are the Dallas Mavericks. I haven't really seen the American Airlines Center, but I'm seeing this photo from 2011, and oh baby, it looks beautiful. I'm giving them a B tier, but it's not because oh, it looks bad on the inside. It doesn't like. It's not like oh, it looks bad on the inside. It's not because of anything. It's the exterior that kind of bothers me. The fact that American Airlines changed their logo to a more minimalistic shit, and I mean, and other than that, I mean, I'm not bashing on the Mavericks. Obviously, if you're a Mavericks fan, I'm not bashing on your team. I'm just bashing on the exterior because it doesn't look good. American Airlines Center, it's just exterior looks amazing. The interior, not as much. Oh, I'm just kidding. The interior looks fucking great. It's the branding on the exteriors because like oh, it's more yeah. But yeah, to any Mavericks fan, in fact, little disclaimer here: all fans, I am not bashing your team. I'm just bashing. I will bash something that I don't like, but mainly a lot of these arenas, you can tell there's something about them. For example, the defending NBA champions from the Northwest Division, the Denver Nuggets, Ball Arena, and I can tell you right now, it is one of the most amazing it is one of the most amazing arenas, and I can tell it's just like it doesn't matter what time it is unless you check your phone. If it's like 6 o'clock in the evening, it'll be 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna give it an S tier because the exterior, like I'm not looking for an interior, I'm looking for the exterior. It's like the interior, you can see like a lot of stuff. If you have some sort of quirk, I'll probably like it. But I'm looking at the exterior. Okay, I like the fact that it's the Ball Arena, originally known as the Pepsi Center. All right, Pepsi Center looks cool. Next up from the Western Division or Western Conference, from the Southwest Conference, the FedEx Forum for the Memphis Grizzlies. And wow. By the way, like I said, I am getting these off of Wikipedia, but this looks amazing. The exterior, I already like it. Listen, folks, I want to be impressed. First time I'm looking at a good white shot, it just looks magnificent. Best here. I mean, I'm just gonna see this. Like, if I were to go to Memphis, oh, sorry about that. I muted myself for a second. If I wanted to go to Memphis to see a Grizzlies game, and I happened to see that, well, I'm just gonna say this. I would love to go to the FedEx Forum. Next up from the Northwest Conference, the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. But yeah, quick side note again. I do apologize for muting myself. I accidentally pressed the button, as I call it. I already like the exterior. The interior, wow. The interior looks really good, even when removed for a Lynx game, Minnesota Lynx. By the way, don't bash WNBA teams, okay? They have a lot of they have a lot, and I mean a lot of staying power. But I can tell you right now, it's pretty good. All right. Okay. Next up, oh, by the way, A tier. Sometimes you're gonna have an issue with that extra space. They probably make it up with extra seats. Next up, the San Antonio Spurs of the Southwest Division with the Frost Bank Center, initially called the AT&T Center. Trying to see if it was called. Yeah. Yeah. All right. The exterior I like, but and it does remind me of the exterior reminds me of Globe Life Field, home of the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers. But the interior, I kind of would like to see more. However, I think it's pretty good. I'm going to give it an A simply because, yeah. All right. Anyways, back to the thing. From the Northwest Division, the Utah Jazz and the Delta Center, the aptly renamed Delta Center. I'm just going to say this. The green seats look interesting. Yeah, the green seats look interesting, but I said I'd be biased towards those who give natural light. Okay. Next up, from the Pacific Division, our first ones, the LA Clippers and the LA Lakers. I've seen the Staples Center. I am not calling it by its official name. I refuse to call it by its official name. As a lifelong California born person, I am not going to call it the fucking official name. I am calling it the Staples Center. Everyone wants to call it the Staples Center. When it was renamed, there was a lot of fear because of this fucking Bitcoin bubble. Fuck Bitcoin. Okay? And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. If you don't like me bashing Bitcoin, go fuck yourself. Anyways, I've seen it. I've been there multiple times. I'm going to give it an A tier because, you know, I'm giving the Clippers the A tier, giving the Lakers the D tier because of LeBron James incentivizing. Sorry, I'm just talking quickly. The super teams, and he's ruined basketball. And now I'm gonna have to close comments because the LeBron and Dick Riders are gonna come in. Another team that I'm gonna give major props to is the Footprint Center, home of the Phoenix Suns, which is about a block away from the defending National League champion Arizona Diamondbacks. Looking on the inside, it looks really cool, but I'm gonna give it a B tier because it kind of does look um you kind of can get close to the action, but yeah, there always is kind of more to be desired in a good way, obviously. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna give the Footprint Center a B. Next up from the Pacific Division, or the Northwest Division, the Portland Trailblazers and the Rose Garden. I'm not calling it by its official name either. Longtime fan here. I can already tell it's an S tier. Oh, I spoke too soon. In a good way. It just looks amazing. The Trailblazers, S tier. This just looks awesome. On the inside, it's just great sightlines. No one cares. All I can say is it's really fucking cool. Next up, the Golden One Center, which I believe, like home of the Sacramento Kings, light the beam, by the way. And I do believe that it was here where a fan passed away during a fish show. Let me see. All right, I'm trying to find it here. But yeah, I'm just gonna give. Yeah, I'm just gonna give the Sacramento Kings an a B or an A actually for for their amazingly well done thing. Now, I'm going to put the Knicks, the New York Knicks of the Atlantic Division, in the D tier. Not because I don't have anything against Madison Square Garden, because Fish has played there many, many times, because of James Dolan. And I guarantee you he's going to ban me because he's he is a little bitch. And now I'm going to get banned from his arena because he's such a fucking baby. So, James, if you're listening to this somehow, go fuck yourself and fuck your mother. And I'm not sorry for that. Moving on now, we have the. We're going back to the Western Conference, and we have from. Or. No, the Eastern. We're staying in the Eastern Conference. We're going with. Trying to find it. No, it is the Western Conference. The Southwest. The Smoothie King Center in the Smoothie King Center in Nowlands, New Orleans. And yeah, not as good as you expect it to be, but I will give it some props for the fact that the seats are multicolored. All right. Next up from the Southeast Division, the Charlotte Hornets. Um, yeah. Wow, it actually looks really cool. Looks like an octagon S tier. And I do believe that the yeah, of course, reason it's getting S tier is because this was the site on March 6th on was it uh let's see, I'm trying to think of the date here. March 16th, 2018. Trying to find out the date. On Friday, March 16th, 2018, the University of Maryland, Baltimore County upset Virginia. Yeah, that's why it's also getting S tier. It's because people knew where they were when this beatdown happened. The first 16 over 1 on the men's side, because in 1998, I believe, where Stanford plays, um, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, it was the second of 3 because was it March 14th, 1998, more than likely, of course, as I mentioned, March 14th, 1998, which was a Saturday, the Harvard Crimson went into Maple Pavilion in Stanford, California, and upset the Stanford Cardinal and became the first 16 seeds to upset one, whereas both UMBC and Farley Dickinson did the exact same thing. Of course, people dismiss it because it's the ladies' side. Remember, folks, the 1998 Harvard Crimson women's team, the 2018 UMBC Retrievers, and 2022-23 Farley Dickinson. Yeah, it's all right there, black and white. All right, next up are the Houston Rockets of the Southwest Division, the Toyota Center, built with James Harden's bricks. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a B. Okay, you know, because of all the bricks. All right. Anyways, the Miami Heat. I've from the Southeast Division, I see the Kaseya Center. I've seen it. I'm just gonna give it a C because Then of course, same. Then the Central Division, you got the United Center, S tier, Chicago Bulls. Even though they haven't done much, especially since that guy. I'm not gonna mention his name. There, Brooklyn Nets. I'll give the Barclays Center a B as well. Oh, by the way, Brooklyn Nets are in the Atlantic Division. I've been slacking off on that. This video is nearly 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to wrap this up. I don't want this to run too long with all the nuggets that I've been giving. From the Northwest Division, the Paycom Center, I'm going to give it a C. Let's see. I mean, I shouldn't give too much shit. I'll give them a B. Golden State Warriors, C, because I've seen the Chase Center. S tier for the Boston Celtics. By the way, well, I can actually tell you each team and their division. And the Orlando Magic finish up with the Kia Center in Orlando, Florida. Wow, it looks really good. That looks really stinking good. S tier. All right, now let me tell you each team. As I mentioned, the Wizards. All right. As I mentioned, the Wizards are, well, I've already told you guys that, honestly. What's going to tell you, but. So there it is. Take it or leave it. I'll see you guys later.